Go with you.
I wouldn't go with you.
Why not? Because you wouldn't
be going
to the next town.
To the next town.
But
you would be
going
somewhere between
here
and Scotland
and the next town. Which is Scotland coming to it. Okay. What's a composite word? What's a composite word? A composite word is a word composed of connected with no, I think hyphen. For example, sitting room. What's a walking stick? What's a walking stick? A walking stick is a stick we use for walking. What's a dressing room? What's a dressing room? A dressing room is a room where we dress. Why do you speak English much better now than you did 6 months ago? Why do you speak English much better now than you did 6 months ago? I speak English much better now than I did 6 months ago because I've had much more practice. Good. Was a Rolls Royce much more expensive than an ordinary car? Was a Rolls Royce much more expensive than an ordinary car? A Rolls Royce is much more expensive than an ordinary car because it takes longer to make than an ordinary car. Good. What's the contrary of the verb to rise? What's the contrary of the verb to rise? To fall is the contrary. Contrary of the verb to rise. Has the temperature of the atmosphere fallen this month? Is the temperature of the atmosphere falling this month? No, the temperature of the atmosphere isn't falling this month, but it's rising. If your body temperature falls a lot, what ought you to do? If your body temperature falls a lot, what ought you to do? If my body temperature falls a lot, I ought to go to bed and call a doctor. What's the plural of tooth? What's the plural of tooth? The plural of tooth is good. Have you lost any of your teeth since you were a child? Have you lost any of your teeth since you were a child? Yes. I've lost some of my teeth. Since I was a child. Good. Does it seem to you as if it will rain later? Does it seem to you as if it will rain later? Yes or no? Does it seem to you as if it will rain later?
No.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't
seem to me as if it will rain later. Good. Why do some people seem older or younger than in fact they are? Why do some people seem older or younger than in fact they are? Some people seem older or younger than in fact they are because of the way they live. Weather to you today than it was yesterday. Yes, it seems warmer to me today than it was yesterday. Are you ill several times during the year? Are you ill several times during the year? Yes or no? Are you ill several times during the year? No, I'm not ill several times during the year. Is Europe composed of several different countries? Is Europe composed of several different countries? Yes, Europe is composed of several different countries. Good. Do you think it's better to study English from several books or from just one? Do you think it's better to study English from several books or from just one? I think it's better to study English from
only one book.
Just one book. Good. That's fine, full stop. Do you think the people who live in the country are wiser than those who live in the town? Do you think the people who live in the country are wiser than those who live in the town? Yes or no? No, I don't think that people who live in the country are wiser than those who live in the town. Good. Do you think wisdom comes with age? Do you think wisdom comes with age?
Yes, I think
wisdom comes with age. Good. If I suddenly threw my pen at you, would you be able to catch it? If I suddenly threw my pen at you, would you be able to catch it? Yes or no? No. If you suddenly threw your pen at me, I wouldn't be able to catch it. Good. What's the greatest physical pain you've ever suffered? What's the greatest physical pain you've ever suffered? The greatest physical pain I've ever suffered was
broken my arm.
Yes, was when was when I broke
I broke
my arm. Good. Is there anything in this life that we can be completely certain of? Is there anything in this life that we can be completely certain of? Yes,
Yes.
there's something
There's something
in this life
in this life
that we can
we can
be completely certain of.
certain of.
And that is
And that is
death.
death.
Good. From where you're sitting, can you see people passing by the window? From where you're sitting, can you see people passing by the window? No.
No.
From where?
From where
I'm sitting. I can't see people passing by
passing by
the window.
the window.
Okay, so I'm just going to do these first few questions and then we'll just continue on the past subjunctive conditional. So, what does an open conditional express? What does an open conditional express? An open conditional expresses. Keep your books closed for a moment. Notice that it expresses a probability. Probability. Good. What is its construction? What is its construction? Its construction.
Its construction.
Not construction. Construction.
Construction
Is
if
plus
present
plus future.
future.
Good. For example, if I study
If I study
hard,
hard,
I will pass
I will pass
my exam.
my exam.
What does a present subjunctive conditional express? What does a present subjunctive conditional express? A present subjunctive conditional expresses a supposition. Supposition. Not supposition. Supposition. Good. In the present, something. Not something. That in fact does not happen. Good. What is its construction? What is its construction? Its construction
Its construction
is
is
if
if
plus
plus past plus
or present
or present
subjunctive
subjunctive
plus.
plus conditional.
Good. For example, if I bought
If I bought
a car,
a car,
I would buy
I would buy
a fast one.
fast food.
Okay, so new work paragraph 440. 440. So what I'm going to do is just going to continue on with past subjunctive conditional. Okay, we're almost finished. We almost finished it yesterday, but not quite. I just want to give you a couple more examples. So basically, as I said yesterday, a past subjunctive conditional expresses a supposition in the past, okay, and something that did actually not happen, okay. So a supposition in the past, but something that did not happen, okay. And remembering that we don't have a separate tense in English for the subjunctive, except for the verb to be, okay? So for the present subjunctive, we use the past simple, okay, as you already know, and say if I took, if I opened, if I met, etc., okay? Whilst for the past subjunctive, what we do is we use the past perfect and say if I had taken, if I had opened, etc., okay? So basically the construction of the past subjunctive conditional is if plus past perfect, which is the past subjunctive,